Get them on WOKV.com or the WOKV app. The three big things you need to know. Safe touch security, 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
Income standard savings has been extended at Beard's Diamonds.
Right now at Beard's, take advantage of 5 years of zero-interest financing.
Yes, 5 years, zero-interest financing with zero down.
How about a $6,000 Tory or Veragio ring? You pay just $100 a month.
Or a pair of diamond studs for $1,500, you pay just $25 a month. 5 years, zero interest is about to end. So hurry to Beard's Diamonds.
Located at the St. John's Town Center.
Been dreaming of Subway tile and butcher block counters, outdoor kitchens and pavers?
Oh, honey.
The weather's great and it's time to knock out those nagging home projects with a Honeydew HELOC from One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Borrow up to 90% loan to value and pay no closing costs. Best of all, we'll give you a free wheelbarrow. That's right, a free wheelbarrow. Apply today at one-to-onefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA. Just please, no more shiplap. Hey Jacksonville, your friend Sean Hannity here. Many of you know I was a former general contractor, so I know what to look for when considering a quality roofer. And Big Fish Roofing is the only roofing company I have endorsed in Jacksonville, and the reason's very clear. Big Fish does not require any upfront payment. Plus, they do quality work every single time. Big Fish Roofing is truly the big fish of roofing in Jacksonville. You can find them online right now at Big Fish Roofing, one word, bigfishroofing.com.
When you owe the IRS and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville for affordable IRS tax representation. J. David Tax Law can stop any IRS collection action and protect you from financial devastation. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
The weather meter is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Save thousands right now with Beard's unbeatable deals.
All news, all morning, weekdays from 5 till 9 a.m.
7:54, dry now. Wind showers and storms develop today, and subtle changes through Labor Day weekend ahead. More of today's top stories now with Dave Daniels and Jeremy Rattler.
A brand new study out of Iceland finds that coronavirus antibodies can stay in a person's system for up to 4 months.
The finding means that vaccine developers may be able to focus on remedies that stimulate antibody production, which could lead to immunity from the virus. But researchers with an Icelandic-based branch of American biotech company Amgen do not know right now is whether having COVID protects you from the virus in the future. The study and a summary of it is published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Grinnell Scott, Fox News.
And today, the 75th anniversary of the Japanese surrender that officially ended World War II, the deadliest conflict in history. Japan had announced its unconditional surrender earlier in August, but the official documents were signed on September 2nd aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. WOKV News Time, 7:55.
We'll be following along into the afternoon as the president heads to North Carolina, and we'll commemorate that anniversary, and we'll continue to follow the story through the afternoon. Be with us early tomorrow on Jacksonville's Morning News. North Carolina, one of the key battlegrounds in You Decide 2020 as well. CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish with the WOKV First Alert forecast.
A 7 on the WOKV weather meter. Partly sunny and hot today. Afternoon showers and scattered thunderstorms develop with a high of 92. A shower or storm early this evening down to 75. And partly sunny tomorrow. More scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms with highs in the low 90s. And then by Friday, the storms finally become more isolated to widely scattered with a high of 93. For the First Alert forecast, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
Dry start to the morning, scattered clouds at the town center, downtown, and in Riverside. We're at 80 degrees now, 79 at Jacksonville's severe weather station.
Now, Safe Touch Security First Alert traffic.
Minor delays remain for beachbound drivers on JTB eastbound. That's because of an earlier crash at Hodges Boulevard. Nothing too bad, though. Give yourself 14 minutes to get from the 95 ramps over to A1A. This traffic report is brought to you by Comcast Business. When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds of up to 1 gig. Bounce forward on a network that keeps connected devices protected. To learn more, go to ComcastBusiness.com. With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Hannah Guile.
Still to come on Jacksonville's only all-news morning show.
There's been a major development in how quickly we could see the release of body camera footage in police-involved shootings. I'm WOKV's Joe Daraskovich, digging into a new policy from the state attorney's office and how quick you could see the video released after a shooting.
Some days you just don't have a lot of time, but still want to know what's going on. Get up to speed, quick, with the 3 big things you need to know every 15 minutes. Brought to you by Safe Touch Security. This is where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news. 104.5 WOKV.
Right now at Diamonds Direct, get 5 years, 0 interest financing on anything and everything. Like a $5,000 engagement ring for just $84 a month. You get the guaranteed best price plus 5 years, 0 interest financing with no money down. Only at Diamonds Direct. Unapproved credit.
There is no need to shortchange your child's education in the midst of the COVID pandemic. University Christian will partner with your family to provide a safe, quality Christian education built upon excellent academics, vibrant student life, and lasting Christian values. Visit us at ucsjax.com and apply today.
You want the best. You don't just want any ride, you want the best you can get. And you don't want just any old savings. You want the biggest savings you can get. Then it's time to get it all and get yourself over to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. It's Rich Jones. Finding the best ride starts with big time selection. And at Arlington, you're going to find over 750 new and pre-owned on the lot every day, all priced at savings to put you behind the wheel. And talk to our friends at Arlington about the Credit for Everyone program. If your Beacon score is from 450 to 850, Arlington's getting almost everyone approved. Arlington has got the savings, they've got the selection, and they've got the financing. You know what else Arlington's got? Your back. Because you get a 30-day exchange policy with your purchase. 30 days to love it or exchange it. Another way Arlington Toyota goes the extra mile for you. Get it all when you shop pre-owned at Arlington Toyota, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard and arlingtontoyota.com.
WOKV-FM and HD1 Atlantic Beach. Listen everywhere in the TuneIn app. 104.5 WOKV, a Cox Media Group station.
Dave Binion here with Zero Res. Don't miss the hottest deal of the year. For September, we're going back in time to 16 years ago. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $99. Give us a call at Zero Res. Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
This is 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
Live team coverage starts now.
As we approach 8 o'clock, good morning. Welcome into the Wednesday edition of Jacksonville's Morning News. Virtual First Wednesday Art Walk this afternoon. Wind, showers, and storms are going to be around today. And the pattern change that you may actually welcome over the long holiday weekend just ahead. Here are the 3 big things you need to know this morning. It may have been targeted. One person seriously hurt after being shot at Atlantic and Monument. At least one other person injured in that shooting. Statewide ban on visitors at long-term care facilities now in Florida is being lifted, clearing the way for families to once again reunite. Some of the restrictions that are still going to be in place outlined for you at WOKV.com. Top local story this half hour, a major policy update from the state attorney's office looking to make body camera footage available faster following some police-involved shootings in the Northeast Florida area.
State Attorney Melissa Nelson says the review time is cut from several months to 21 days, and the office will let law enforcement agencies know within 30 days if it objects to the release of body cam footage.
What we have now is a policy that the public can rely on going forward.
Nelson says the sheriff's office will still have the ultimate decision on releasing the videos, but they've been working together, and she doesn't see any issues. Joe Daraskovich, 104.5 WOKV.
Now, weather and traffic from 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish, turning up the heat in the WOKV First Alert forecast.
Northside drivers heading into downtown on 95 southbound. There's construction taking out the right lane between Gulf Air and Lem Turner. It's not slowing you down too bad, though. I'm Hannah Gile. Coming up, a look at your drive through downtown. First Alert traffic in 4 minutes.
We're going to sit down live with the state attorney at about 8:35 for more context on that top story just ahead on Jacksonville's only all-news morning show, and be listening to the WOKV payroll payout keyword in just about 6 minutes. WOKV News Time 8:01.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff. And I'm Dave Daniels. At least 2 people are hospitalized, one with serious injuries after a shooting in the Regency area.
JSO tells us they located a victim on Atlantic Boulevard and Monument Road and a second victim over on Beach Boulevard and Cortez Road. JSO tells us that the victim found here on Atlantic and Monument was targeted because of how many times the car was shot at. Police also believe there could be a third victim at